Hey, so I'm going to show you how I wash all of this hair. This was the final result. So if you want to know how I got there, stay tuned. These are the products I'm going to be using, but it's really not product focus. It's more the technique. So first, you want to make sure your hair is thoroughly drenched with water. I see some natural hair girlies skipping this step, putting the shampoo before their hair is fully wet. And I'm telling you, this way you avoid any matting or tangling or your hair feeling super stripped. That and using a moisturizing shampoo. So I like to focus on my scalp and then I just do a smoothing motion for the rest of the hair. When you see the suds like this, it's a good sign that your hair is clean. And yeah, so you just don't want to skip this. It's so important to have like a clean scalp. I have two routines. I have my lazy girl routine and my doing the most routine. So I'm going to give you insight into both. Here, I'm applying the Giovanni conditioner. I love this conditioner. It has such great slip, and I just do a really quick detangle with my fingers. I'm also pregnant, so keep in mind I might be out of breath during this voiceover. All right, so here I'm deep conditioning. Like I said, this is my doing the most routine. So you don't need to deep condition on a weekly basis. I like to do it if my hair needs it, if it's super dry, or if you have problem areas like me. So postpartum with my daughter, I lost my edges and they've kind of been a problem ever since. So I'm hoping that this next baby is going to be kinder to me in the postpartum season. But regardless, I like to focus on these weaker areas as well as my ends since it's the oldest part of my hair. So I'll twist it up and I'll wrap it away and I'll do it in sections. The great thing about deep conditioning with heat, especially if you have low porosity hair, is it really gives your hair a chance to absorb the product. And my hair feels so different after I do this. It like the knots melt, it just feels so soft. It really does make a difference. So if you haven't tried this yet, definitely give it a try. And you don't have to use what I'm using. You can do a plastic bag. I've seen people do a towel, just as long as there's heat that opens up your hair shaft. All right, so I'm putting a bag or whatever I have on hand. Little side note, there's no such thing as single use plastic in a Black household. It's just not a thing here. We have so many uses for each bag. Anyway, so this is my deep conditioning hat. So I plug it in and then I put it on high heat. Then this is just me time. This is where I wind down, have my water, eat, or whatever I'm doing. In this case, I'm going to be reading my Bible, which, another fun fact, I had my life completely changed by Jesus in 2010. And I remember feeling so different on the inside. And I was like, I want an external distinguisher. And I decided to chop all my hair off. One, because I just wanted that marker and that difference. But two, I was also curious, like, what was the texture that God even gave me? Because my hair was relaxed for as long as I can remember. And my mom joined me on that journey. That was her in the picture. So here I'm just showing you what it's like one after a deep conditioning treatment. Like, it's so easy to detangle. And usually I would do this in the shower, but I'm giving you insight into what my lazy girl routine would look like. So I would put the leave-in and then I would put the oil. All of this would be done in the shower. And then this would be the result. So after letting it dry for about a day, it would look like that. And then this is how I would maintain it. So I'd put a little headband and wrap it up. But we're going to wash it out since this is my doing the most routine. And again, you see here how easy it is to detangle after a good deep conditioning treatment. I like to start ends to root. If I do run into any knots, I will take care of that with my fingers just to make sure I'm not causing any further damage. And then I just twist it up, section it off. So on any given day, if I'm not using heat, I'll just do a little claw clip or a pony. But in this case, I will be using heat. And one thing I love to make sure is that my hair is not excessively wet when blow drying. So I'll use this t-shirt to soak up any extra water, or I'll use like a microfiber towel. If I skip this step, I'm telling you, my hair being soaked, it could be wet for a good 2 days. So this is a very important step. While I cream my skin, get ready, I just have that t-shirt soaking it all up. Then this is how I like to air dry my hair. So I'll just put it in a ponytail, These little clips I'll use sometimes to stretch my hair if I want to like experience more of my length. And I'll just put maybe 4 or 5. I can only find one this time. This is what it looks like unstretched. And then this is what it would look like if I let it air dry and stretch. So you can see it's like two very different looks, but it'll last at least a week. Then I'm applying some leave-in conditioner and blow dry cream because I'm going to be applying heat. It's a blow dry cream, but it's also a heat protectant. It's a little bit of both. And I'm just making sure that it's all over my hair just to protect it. Then I'm using the Revlon handheld brush blow dryer. So I like to take my time going down the shaft. I don't do many passes like using it like an actual brush. I like to make sure my roots are dry, especially since I'm going to be straightening it. And then I just wrap it up in a Bantu knot. I do want to try the Revere. Let me know if it's worth it. if one of you have it, but so far this has been working great for my hair. So I'll just do this. The process takes about 20 minutes or so. And then this is me just taking out the Bantu knots. I've done it where I kept the Bantu knots in longer, and that's a style in itself. But I knew with the humidity and with how much I was already sweating that this was not an option. I'd be looking crazy in about an hour. So I'm using my anti-humidity serum and applying it all over my hair. I'm also trying to contemplate what to do because I was getting ready for brunch with my girls, and I contemplated maybe just putting it in a pony and straightening it later, which is what I ended up doing. So this is later on when I decided to give it a proper flat iron. So I used my boar brush and my straightening iron to do a single pass. These are my gray hairs being disrespectful. They never cooperate, but it's cool. It's cool. We're embracing it. And this is the final pass, which is always so satisfying. And yeah, this is how I got this look. Now, again, this is my doing the most routine. So this is when I'm maintaining straight hair for 2 to 3 weeks and looking for something very low maintenance. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer. Also, if you're doubting if long hair is even possible for you, which I did for years, I want to encourage you, it is.